Kahalala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Waha, Raha, Kwadash. All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors and respect go to our apostles, bishops, elders, and teachers, the men of great millstone. To you I say shalom. Salutations to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Amaya, and we have an article here from RT News titled Slavic Prime Minister Warns of EU's Looming Collapse, right? Which is downright prophetic. Goes on to say the bloc could fall apart sooner than imagined due to incompetence in the addressing urgent matters, Robert Fico has suggested. Slavic Prime Minister Robert Fico has slammed the EU over what he called its inability to address economic fallout across the bloc and raised concern that it could collapse. Fico issued the warning on Wednesday in a video message posted on Facebook about Ukraine's recent decision to halt the transit of Russian gas. Kiev refused to extend the contract with Russia's Gazprom beyond 2024, effectively cutting off the flow of natural gas to the EU member states that still depend on it, namely Hungary, Austria, and Slovakia. In his message, Fico accused Ukrainian leader Vladimir Zelensky of sabotaging the financial interests of Slovakia, and the EU, saying the transit stoppage could trigger an energy crisis across the bloc and result in some 70 billion or 72 billion worth of damage. Quote unquote, neither Slovakia nor the EU is at war. We have no reason to tolerate Zelensky's adventures, especially looking at the aid Slovakia and the EU are providing to Ukraine, Fico said in the video, as quoted by News Now agency. He further voiced frustration with the EU's failure to take action, saying he would travel to Brussels to meet with the energy commissioner and would do everything he can to wake him up from his sweet sleep because we have a bloody serious problem. Fico met with EU's energy chief Dan Jorgensen on Thursday to discuss the impact that halt and flow would have on energy prices in the region. It was reportedly agreed that talks on the matter would continue. Okay, and this is the state of the EU, all right, uh, falling apart as we speak, all right. And again, this is downright prophetic. So let's get a couple scriptures on the matter. You can find this article at rt.com under Slavic Prime Minister warns of EU's looming collapse. Let's get a few scriptures on the matter and call it a day. All right. Now, dealing with this situation, Slovakia, in fact, was once known as a portion of Hungary, all right? And I'll put a chart up here in just a moment of the whore riding upon the beast, okay? And how Hungary is a portion of NATO and the EU and a portion of those 10 horns, okay? Now, Revelation 17:1, it says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. All right, and as you will find out later in this chapter, waters are a representation of peoples. The whore that sitteth upon them is America, Babylon the Great, Lady Liberty, all right? And it was riding upon this beast, which is NATO and the EU, all right, which is breaking apart as we speak, all right? Prophecy says that they shall hate the whore. But let's continue reading. Verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, all right, which you will see in the chart that I'm about to put up, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Right. all right, because this hoe has been living lavishly, all right, riding on the back of the scarlet colored beast, all right, made wealthy off of the backs of Israelites, all right, off the bloodshed of Israelites, all right. Verse 5, and upon her head was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, right, because she has spread nothing but abominations to the earth, all right. Anything in opposition to the scriptures, all right, anything in opposition to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh's whom you ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is his son whom you ignorantly call Jesus. So though you consider yourself a godly country in America, the Bible is describing America, Babylon the Great, as the mother of harlots and abominations, all right? Verse 6, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, which is you Israelites, all right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and the beast that carrieth her, which have 7 heads and 10 horns, all right? Which is NATO and the EU is the beast, all right? The system that was formed, this system of white supremacy and etc., abominations, filthiness spreading to the entire earth. And America, Babylon the Great has been riding on the back of the NATO and the EU, and America has been riding on the back of the beast, all right, NATO and the EU, causing havoc throughout all the earth, all right. Verse 8, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. This is speaking about America being spawned out of Europe, all right? Britain in particular, all right? Because Europe is known as the bottomless pit. Now, I have a couple things pulled up on why Europe was called the bottomless pit, okay? Our apostles taught us that Europe was called the bottomless pit because of its poor ability to grow agriculture, crops, things of this nature. But we'll read what it has here just to confirm that Europe, in fact, is called the bottomless pit, okay? Now, I'm going to skip past the babble. It says Europe was sometimes called this due to the perception that it was a source of seemingly endless conflict and turmoil throughout history, with wars and political unrest constantly arising from the region, creating an image of never-ending pit of chaos, all right? Also, Europe is sometimes referred to as a bottomless pit due to the perception that its economies, particularly within the European Union, can require seemingly endless amounts of financial support to address issues like debt crisis, social programs, and ongoing political instability, essentially meaning that no matter how much money is poured in, it might never seem enough to fully resolve problems within the region, which is all horse babble, but I just wanted to use this to confirm that Europe is in fact called the bottomless pit. All right, and when it says go into perdition, perdition means destruction. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is, right? And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7th, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Right, because the beast must gain his military strength from somewhere. And these kingdoms got into collaboration, which has been used by America, Babylon the Great, to wage war in the world, all right? Verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. Right. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And we're starting to see this prophecy come to fruition, to reality. All right. The Prime Minister of Slovakia is only stating what is already written in the scriptures, which is already foretold unto his servants, the prophets. All right, we understand that NATO and the EU is going to break up, and those which were once allies of America, Babylon the Great, the whore that sitteth upon many waters, shall hate her and burn her with thermonuclear fire. They're going to shoot missiles upon America. All right, and this is prophesied right here in this chapter. All right. Verse 17, for Yahweh have put it in their hearts to fulfill his will. It is his will that America be destroyed, and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. And just FYI, hopefully this is edifying, but I wanted to also show that Slovakia was a part of Hungary. Okay, so this is very much a biblical matter. All right, and as you can read here, it says, after this, up until the collapse of Austria-Hungary in 1918, the territory of Slovakia was an internal part of the Hungarian state. All right, so you're dealing with Hungary, however you say it, when dealing with Slovakia. Hopefully this has been edifying. Call Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh for this message. Till the next time, Shalom.